without further ado, Samsung vipi? I'm good. I'm good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I keep telling you guys, you don't need to follow anybody else on this platform. As long as you have me, bro, you're going up. I've seen the future. I have it here. Give us maybe like 5 to 10 years. We compare our results and other people's results. We see. Everything else is just noise. Everything that you need is here. Much of what you normally listen to outside there is just noise. Just noise. Here we don't do noise. And I'm not here to entertain anybody. Here's just the real deal. Work, 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 work. There's no any other way. But if you find another way, I mean, feel free to tell me. If there is another way that does not involve hard work, doing what needs to be done, even if you don't feel like doing that, please tell me. All right, tell me. There's no any other way. But if you find it, and it works, and it brings in results, sure, I can give it a try. Well, but for me, this works. Samsung, I see you, Samsung, and I'm glad to hear that. I sleep better at night knowing that one person has improved. Not just me. I don't see the reason as to why you should be following me and you're not benefiting. That is why I don't do entertainment. I find it to be destructive. There is a time and a place. All right, there's so much of the entertainment outside there. I don't need to be doing much more of the entertainment on these platforms. You can consider me like your elder brother, or a younger brother, or a teacher. Somebody who is actually going to tell you the truth. Not the lie, not to distract you, just a fact. If you are lazy, I tell you you're lazy. If you're out of shape, I'll tell you that you're fat, you're skinny, you need more discipline. If you're doing good, I clap for you. Literally, we'll clap for you. Samson, what have you learned so far? Yeah, what have you learned so far? And what have you implemented? Learning is one thing, implementing is another. Himo, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to our painful community. Here we don't do entertainment. Here we don't fake a laugh. Here it's all about responsibilities and duties. You play your part, I play my part. Class. Hi. I can't see your name clearly. Let me come closer. Golf Tour. Is it? Yeah, Golf Tour. What's up? How many push-ups can I do? To be honest, I don't know. Do you know why I'm telling you I don't know? I don't know my limit. I don't know my limit. And that's a good thing. I don't know my ceiling. I don't know my ceiling. The 1%, we don't have the ceiling. Yeah, we don't have a limit. We don't have a limit. 99% they do have a limit. 1% we don't do limits. Limits are for lazy people. People who are not showing up. Limits are for people who are not turning up. Limits are for people who live in mediocrity, complacency, indiscipline, inconsistency. Limits applies to such individuals, especially sexual discipline. Angalia hapo kwa hiyo nini? Ndio hiyo certificate. Class dismissed. We are done. I want to be left with my people, the 1%. Any questions before you wrap it up? Bring in your questions. We can answer a couple of questions. You're my family. My family from where? Hold up. Family from where? I need something to sit on. Yes. Hussein says he's my family. Actually, you're right, Hussein. Underneath the sun, we are all one huge family. So you're right on that one. You're absolutely right. You are my family. How many push-ups did I do? I wasn't even counting. I was going for time. I was going for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I lost count at around 300 plus. So maybe 350 thereabout. Definitely not more than that. Because I had to start. The moment I went silent, I started from zero again. But before that, I had done like 100 plus. So you can do a 250 plus the 100 gives you 350. A 350 easy. Thank you very much, Noor. Plus 974. Appreciate you very much. Brahim Khalil. Much love, much love, much love. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shas 160. Hi. I see you, Shas. Where are you watching from? Speaking of which, how is the TikTok video and audio? How is the connection? How is the connectivity? How is the connectivity? Oh my goodness. People keep saying that I will not grow. Yeah, people keep saying you're running a lot. Bro, try to reconnect in now. I think we are down on TikTok. TikTok is misbehaving. Yes, all this is sweat. We were on the floor for the past 20 minutes before you came in. I was there down. Yeah. By the way, I started with this. I had this and this on because I was outside and it's winter, it's very cold. But with the time, this is literally soaked with no, I cannot do that here. It's literally soaked with sweat. This one not so much, but still it needs to go down there. I think I'm not live on TikTok. Alright, let's check out what people are saying on X. I'm gonna end the TikTok live because it is misbehaving. I'm getting a couple of warnings here. No connectivity, no connectivity. Could not connect. I don't understand why. I don't. So let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. I'm even having a tough time ending the live. Okay, there you go. There you go. There may be a problem with your network. Check it out and try again. If you need more support, report a problem. No, I want to end the live. Okay. It's not coming down. We have power. I'll get the laptop off. Yes. Give a couple of shout outs for my lovely people on YouTube. Shouts, thank you very much. Team, thank you very much. Golf Tour, appreciate you, Golf Tour. All right, let's do that one more time. No, I've ended the TikTok live. YouTube, we are still live. I'm just waiting for this machine to restart. I'm still live on YouTube. Funny. Bro, where are you watching from, by the way? Where are you guys watching from? I'm in Qatar. Where are you guys watching from? So let's do that one more time. 1, 2. Yes. Where are you guys watching from? Not yet. No, I will not describe myself as Arab. I'm an African. I am from Africa. At least that is where my mother comes from and my father. So that automatically makes me an African, right? But now I find myself in an Arab state. Funny how that works. Away from Africans. It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye if you're leaving. I'll see you around, shows. See you around. You needed photos. You seem disappointed, Shaz. You seem disappointed. Why is that? Why is that? You don't understand? What don't you understand? I thought we were already speaking. What do you not understand now? Yeah, what are you missing? The journey is still on, the urges are more, but I'm continuing seven days in. Speaking of that, let me tell you something. So I wake up today. Yesterday, the urges were there. You know, they were just lingering on the background behind my head, okay? On the background. They were there because I dreamt about it. Mostly dreaming and thinking about it actually for the most part of the day. Okay, but now today, oh my goodness. Why do you think I was on the floor? It's because of those urges. For some reason, that is the only way that works for me. This works for me. If I don't use up that energy, they tend to overwhelm me. I tend to think about it a lot. When I think about it a lot, I do it. So to avoid that, I've got to go down on the floor. I've done my workout. I've gone to the gym. I've done a 45 minute session, weight session, lower body. I'm from Kenya. I've done the normal day 15-minute run, walk or sprint. I was doing a fat leg, so I walk, then I run. I walk, then I run for only 15 minutes. That's it. Okay, that is the bare minimum. I told you guys during this journey, the bare minimum is 15 minutes. If you cannot do a 15-minute run, a walk, or a sprint, I will be uploading a video about burpees because I've been getting a lot of questions. What about somebody who cannot run? What about this? My work, this. Okay, fair enough, right? Burpees. We're going to introduce burpees. So 15 minutes of burpees. You do as many as you can, but I'm still trying to figure that out. All right, that is a very, very, very good workout, especially for somebody who is struggling with the fitness issues. You don't know where to start. You cannot go to the gym. I've already done a video speaking about burpees and where you can start. There are 3 levels. You have the beginner level, intermediate, advanced. Leave the elite aside. You only need the first 3. Okay, you only need the beginner version, intermediate version, and advanced version, which is already on TikTok. I don't know if it is on YouTube. I have to check. But it is on TikTok. I spoke about it. But that is also a very good option. So make sure that you don't end your day without a physical activity, guys. I'm telling you, if you genuinely want your life to just blossom, if you want to be happier, to feel good, you move better, to look good, guys, work out. I'm still sweating. Work out. You don't even have to do much. Baby steps, baby. Baby steps. That's how we build a house. That's how a tree grows. Day by day. We are going to get there. Hi. How do I pronounce your name, man? Gijiro? What's up? I do my pull-ups using my door. Do you have any tips to improve the form? Just keep doing it with the door. The issue with the door is that you don't have room for your legs, because that is also where I started, literally on this door over here. If you go to my TikTok and you scroll down, I was doing on the door. Do you know where? In the bathroom. Behind the door, for the most part, behind and the front. Then eventually I graduated from that. All right, but you've got to start somewhere. Now this is what I normally use. I normally detach this, so you can dismantle this. Once this is dismantled, I hang it between that cupboard and 2 cupboards. So I have a cupboard, you have 1 cupboard here and another wardrobe here, so you have 2 wardrobes. I place it on top there, and then I can easily do my pull-ups. That's the only workout movement actually that you need to grow your back. Okay, pull-ups are going to be so good for you. Not only your back, your bicep, and also your core. They are a great movement. You generally don't need to be doing a lot. You know, right now, I only have, just stay there, man, don't stay there. You're gonna be kidding me, just relax there. I only have one movement when it comes to the back. When I go to the gym, I'm only doing pull-ups, weighted pull-ups. I normally use weight. I'm currently at 20 kgs. I'm hoping to get maybe by 25, maybe by 30 as the month progresses. But for now, 20 is my level. I had to put something behind the door to stop it from moving. Yeah, behind and mostly at the bottom, because it might unhinge. You know, it is being supported by a hinge. When you hang, it might topple off. So you might want to consider putting something underneath the door so that it does not come off. No, it does not break. I'm not that heavy, to be honest. Maybe you are, but I'm not. And it's actually a very strong material. It might be wood, but it's very strong. Provided I don't hold it at the middle, it doesn't break, because I normally go for somewhere there. All right, so somewhere there, quite strong. The tensile strength here is very strong. But if I try to do the pull-up from here, that is going to be a problem. This only happens when I'm in the gym. Okay, when I'm in the gym, I can do it from here, anywhere. But at home, I've got to be careful. I've got to be careful because, well, bad things might happen. Yeah. How many pull-ups should you do? Go for time. Go for time. Exactly what I normally do. This is what I normally do. Just start by saying, okay, I have 20 minutes to work out. All right? Get over there to that bar. You do pull-ups as many as possible for 20 minutes. For 20 minutes. So you're going to go maybe like 5. You're going to start with a lot of energy. Okay, the first ones are going to be so easy. Boop, 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 boop. But as it progresses, you might find yourself doing 1, 2, 3, and so on. I will take care of yourself. I will take care of myself. Do the same for you, right? Do the same for you and your loved ones. All right, I was about to read some tweets here. Wait, what? Feminine Arabic is here. If you prefer to be addressed as she or her, you can now choose Arabic feminine as your language option. That's a load of nonsense. I don't need to be seeing this. Dismiss. How is that relevant? Do they not know my age? Do they not know my... I find it unnecessary to have to be addressed using those pronouns. They're useless. Just use my name. Just call me Francis. Just call me Coach. As a matter of fact, just call me bro. Right, bro. Yeah, a bro is easy. Everybody nowadays is a bro. They should actually add that to this social media platform instead of these irrelevant pronouns. We already know you're a he, you're a she. That's it. All these other ones are just, you know, this is what happens when society is so comfortable. People start looking for problems out of the blue. Yeah, we are so comfortable nowadays. These are, you have people sitting down and are starting to have, you know, mental ideas of how I should be called. These are idle people, idle minds. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. This has been rebuked in almost all the religions. If you go to Islam, it is rebuked. If you go to Christianity, read the Bible, you will find it there. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. And also to tie that into the journey that we are on, the 1% journey, the same applies. Under no circumstances can you find yourself idle. Don't allow yourself to be idle no matter what. When you're idle, you will compromise yourself. Yeah, you will compromise yourself. It's very hard to shoot a moving target. Yeah, I don't suffer depression. I used to suffer depression, anxiety, fear, worry, doubt, all these mental conditions that people keep on talking about, I was having them, all of them, on a day-to-day basis. On a day-to-day basis. Yes, I had money, you had women around, I had women around me, but still, you still have these issues up here. I never knew what was the problem. Turns out, I was living out of alignment with who I'm supposed to be. I was living out of alignment with my higher version, because my higher version knows all. He has lived it all. He knows exactly where I'm supposed to be. But now me, I was choosing to live out of alignment with that version, and I was also disconnected with God. Until I realized, okay, hold up. All these things that people call fun, partying, joy, doing all these things to try, overeating. I was also even overeating to numb the pain of up here. Yeah, you find yourself just thinking. And the only thing that you can do is try and eat food so that you can numb that pain, so that you can feel good. It works, but it does not last for long. Because now then you're left, that is straight up greed. Okay, gluttony is also a sin. So if you're gluttonous, you're sinning. You're sinning against yourself and against God. That's a problem. That is a problem. So I had to address these things, and right now I'm just at peace with myself. I cannot ask for any more. I cannot ask for anything more. I don't need money, to be honest. I don't need all these things. I don't need somebody beside me. I don't need, people say that they need a girlfriend, they need a wife. I don't need any of that. I don't need anybody. I am perfectly okay as I am. I don't need it. I don't need all these things because I'm just at peace. Just calm. I love it. Am I a Muslim? I would not call myself a Muslim, to be honest. I'm not a Muslim. I get that question a lot. Why do you guys ask me that question? How many times am I going to keep talking about this? It doesn't matter who I am. It doesn't matter where I come from. Why should it matter? You don't know me, I don't know you. Why should it matter? My religion has nothing to do with what we are talking about here. I don't go around asking people where their religion, and I don't find it important. I want to know you as a person. You as an individual, that is the person that I want to know. I don't want to know the religion that you identify with. I don't care about that. Are you a good person? That's all. That's what I want to know. Your actions, are they good? If your actions are good, then we can roll by, because I've seen so many people these days. They purport to be religious people, they purport to be prayerful people, but they are committing atrocities, crimes, genocide behind words, behind religion. It's quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. That is where we are as a society. Unfortunate again, really, really unfortunate. Yeah, learn to know people. Learn to know people by their actions. When you just speak to somebody, interact with somebody, spend time with somebody, and know them by their actions, you will be shocked. You will be very, 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 very shocked. Do I believe in God? Absolutely, I believe in that higher power. I believe that there is a higher power. The name, I don't care about the name. Many people call it refer to that higher power using different names. There are those who go by God. There are those who say, what is it called? There are so many different forms because there are so many religions. There are so many religions outside there. So there's no one. We are all one. Collectively, we are all one. And once you realize that under the sun, we are all one big family. Once you realize that, you learn to love people more. You learn to love and appreciate your neighbor. How can somebody deal with social anxiety? You deal social anxiety. The reason as to why you're having social anxiety is because you yourself, you're not living in alignment with who you're supposed to be. You're out of alignment. You're not validating yourself enough. Your actions are the ones which determine how you're going to interact with the world. If your actions behind closed doors, when nobody's seeing you, when I'm not seeing you, when your mother is not seeing you, when your girlfriend is not seeing you, when your boyfriend is not seeing you, if those actions are out of alignment, if you're not proud with what you're doing behind closed doors, and you know you could be doing more and you're choosing not to do more, that is betrayal. And it is going to be reflected outside in the world, because we are going to interact with that. Yeah, you might be misbehaving behind closed doors. You're doing these bad behaviors, you're doing these bad habits, you're repeating this pattern over and over again, something that is draining your life, draining your energy. You think that we are not going to know. We are always going to know. If you are living a healthy, positive, productive lifestyle behind closed doors, when we are not seeing you, you don't have the time to be anxious. You don't have the time to be anxious. You see, anxiety stems from the fact in knowing. I've used this example so many times. Imagine a rabbit or an antelope out in the jungle. Okay? Imagine an antelope. How does an antelope move? How does the rabbit move when they are out in the forest, in the wilderness? How do they move? When a rabbit is eating, they are eating, yes, but they are constantly looking. They are eating, they cannot focus. When they move, they are constantly watching, because they know they are weak. A rabbit knows it is weak. That is why it is anxious. It moves, that is the defense mechanism for a rabbit, because it knows it is a small, weak creature. Now, imagine an elephant. How does an elephant move? Do you think an elephant cares? An elephant just moves. It doesn't look. It doesn't. Imagine a lion. Imagine a tiger. How does a tiger move? When a tiger is eating, even if there is a sound somewhere, okay, there is some sound, it will just look. And the question will be like, is there something there that I have to go and kill? What is that I have to kill? A lion. That is the mindset, because it knows it is a strong, powerful creature. When a rabbit hears sounds, it thinks, I'm about to be killed. What is that is about to kill me? What is that is about to eat me? When the lion hears a sound, it thinks, do I have to go and kill something over there? What is that bothering me? You have to be strong. That is my message. For anxiety to go away, you have to be strong. Mentally, physically. That is where you start. I keep saying, go back to the body. Go back to the body. Go back to the body. Build a strong, powerful physique. A strong, powerful body that you're going to be proud of. It's been said so many times, it is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty in which his body is capable of. And that statement is straight up facts. It is straight up facts. When you are a strong individual, when you are a powerful individual within yourself, in your own skin, when you know that you are living in alignment with what you are saying, okay, you say that, okay, today I sit down, you write your plan. I'm going to wake up at 4 o'clock. I'm going to do my workout, and then after that, I'm going to go for the run at 4 to 4:30. After that, I'm going to come back, take a cold shower, and then after that, I'm going to read a book. I'm going to write. I'm going to journal, and then I'm going to plan out the rest of my day. All right, and you wake up and you do exactly that. How can you be anxious? How can you move around knowing that you did not do it? You don't have the time, because you know you stuck to your word. You know you stuck to your word. But imagine another person. They sit down, they plan their routine. Okay, I'm going to wake up at 4 o'clock. I'm going to wake up this, do that, do this. When the alarm goes off in the morning, they hit snooze. They don't wake up. They wake up at maybe 7 o'clock. And then they just rush to instant gratification. And the first thing that they do at that 7 o'clock, they start scrolling on Twitter, they start scrolling on Telegram, WhatsApp, TikTok, YouTube, just seeking distractions. How does that person move? They move around the day knowing that they betrayed themselves. They chose to be the beach. You knew you could have done it. You know, deep down, you know you could have done that workout that you had planned last night. But you chose to tap out. You chose to fold. And now you're having to pay the consequences, because there is always choices and consequences. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That is where now your mind feeds you nonsense up here. Anxiety, fear, worry, doubt, depression, because you're weak. You chose weakness over strength. You went against your own word. I keep saying this. You cannot afford to betray yourself. Most of us, we are suffering outside here because we keep betraying ourselves over and over and over again by doing what you said you are not going to do. You say that you're going to do this, you find a way to do it. Straight up. If you're not going to do it, don't talk about it. Don't plan about it. It's very simple. It's that way. I'm telling you. And furthermore, speaking of social anxiety and all these things, withhold your sexual energy. Withhold your sexual energy. When you withhold your sexual energy, good things happen. Just give me a minute. Ooh. Absolutely. Is it related to releasing? Yes. Yes. When I was releasing my sexual energy, I noticed that I'm very weak. Mentally, I'm very weak. Physically, I'm very weak. All right. I cannot handle pressure. I have a lot of stress. I cannot sleep well. All these tiny, small mistakes, they carry over and your body cannot handle it. So yes, it is related to releasing. You're going to notice when you start withholding your sexual energy, not only just withholding, using that energy, channeling it to something that you value. A workout, building a business, building a community, studying, doing this, doing that, whatever it is that you want to do. When you use up that energy, you're going to get more confident. When you get more confident, things just start happening for you. You've got to withhold your sexual energy as a man. Most of you are experiencing social anxiety because you know you're weak. I said this before, even yesterday on TikTok. As a river is not a river without water flowing through it. Can you call a river without water? Imagine a king without an army, without servants, without treasure. Can you call that individual a king? Can you call them a king? Absolutely not. Or a president without people, without an army, without all these things that makes them a president. Can you describe those individuals as a president? No way. You cannot describe them as a president. The same thing for a man. If you don't have your sexual energy flowing through you, you ain't a man. You are not a man. You are not a man. And you know. How do you feel when you release your energy? How is the experience? We are all adults here. Mine is PG-18. We are all adults here. There is no child here. So how do you feel when you release your energy? I'm speaking to men. Do you feel more powerful? Are you more energized? Are you more driven? Are you more motivated? No. Because for you to create life, something has to die. That is how nature works. Everything that has life must die. So when you are creating a child, a part of you has to be obliterated. I mean, every single part of you. It takes that much energy. It takes so much from you. so that now we can create life. We can create a baby. Every single part of you that is good in you, it has to die, so that that energy that you're going to release can go and form a baby with the one that is going to come from the mother. That is how it works. Now imagine when all you're doing is just releasing. You're not creating a baby. You're not creating life. You are creating what? What is the opposite of life? The opposite of life is death. Your own destruction. Mental death, physical debilitation, destruction, emotional, psychological, spiritual. You just become empty. You're just a walking vessel. You're a carcass. You're a walking dead, a zombie. Look at people who normally jack off. You can look at yourself when you do it a lot, oftenly. Look at your eyes. Look at your eyes. All right? Look at that mirror. How do you look like? Look at your eyes mostly. Your eyes, they never lie. Most of the time, you cannot even look at yourself after you go. After you touch yourself, you cannot look at yourself in that mirror because of the shame and the guilt and the disgust. Because you know, deep down, it should not be happening. A part of you deep down, somewhere down there knows, on a subconscious level, it knows you should not be releasing your energy carelessly. And that is the consequence, that is the price that you must pay. The best food depends on a number of things. Different people are going to react to different foods in a different manner of ways. What I am going to tell you is, number one, know what you're not supposed to be eating. Processed foods, ultra-processed food, junk food is a no. Sugar is a no. Now after that, you need to sit down, you need to look at your parents, where you guys come from, and you look at what you guys have been eating during your lineage. What you guys mostly eat. Test out different foods. Say that this month I'm going to eat this, and see how your body responds. I have done my test. I know what works for me. Meat works for me. Eggs works for me. And a bit of vegetables here and there. Okay, not much, but primarily that is my main diet. You can say it is a carnivore diet, right? But it's not a complete carnivore diet. Am I making sense? Don't be a carnivorous. Carnivores are individuals who only eat carbohydrates. Rice, bread, chapatis, all these things. If you cannot afford them, you're probably in school and you're doing all these things, you don't have to worry about that. But if you're the one who is doing the shopping for yourself and you're not buying the proper meals for yourself, that's an issue. That is an issue. I would recommend you, first of all, try doing away with the sugar, doing away with anything that is processed, anything that comes in a box. If something comes in a box and it has a laundry of ingredients, look at the ingredients. How many ingredients are there? The more the ingredients, the more useless that product is. It is a product, it is not food, throw it away. It should not be going to your body. You are literally what you consume. When you consume weak foods, you're going to be getting weak energy. When you consume strong, healthy, powerful foods, you're going to get that kind of energy back in return. It's very simple. When you consume life, you get life. When you consume death, you get death. Some foods, they cannot even go bad. You can put a food here for 1 week. It is still going to be fresh after 1 week. That food has no life in it. It has no life, therefore it cannot die. Test it out. All the foods that you normally eat, if they do not go bad, if the longer the shelf life, the more problem it is, the more problematic it is. White flour is absolute garbage. White flour is garbage. Take a look at what most people eat and take a look at how they look, how they move, how they feel, and ask yourself, do I want to be like them? 1%. Look at what most people are eating, where you normally stay. Look at them, your friends, your relatives, your loved ones, look at what they are mostly eating and look at the kind of result that they have. How do they look? And ask yourself, do I want to look like them? Look at me. Ask yourself, what have told you? Because that is exactly what I eat. I eat a lot of meat, I eat a lot of eggs, cabbages, and a little bit, minimal carbohydrates. Minimal carbohydrates. I don't take flour, I don't take sugar. When I say carbohydrates, I'm talking about ngwashe, that is sweet potatoes, I'm talking about yams, I'm talking about cassava, but cassava, it's been a while. So mostly I rely on sweet potatoes, I rely on rice, which is very, very minimal as well. Very, very to the minimum. Maybe like, maybe this small, this much. It is normally a surplus just to top up my energy requirements for the day. That is not my primary meal. My primary meal, even now when I go to prepare my meal, mostly oils. I take a lot of butter. Butter is good for my energy levels. It provides me with the energy to do all these things because fats are a great source of energy. So butter, sometimes I use ghee, coconut oil. It's been a while. I normally use coconut oil to apply on my skin. I don't use anything else. So after I shower, I go to the kitchen. Most people, they apply oil, right? I don't apply oil. If I'm going to apply oil, go there, coconut oil. I love that. It looks good. I feel good. The rule has always been, if you cannot eat it, don't apply it on your skin. If you cannot consume it, don't put it on your skin, because when you apply it on your skin, it is going to be absorbed into your system. So you might not think that you are not getting toxins, but you are when you apply a lot of junk in form of oils, just garbage. So watch out for that. Anyway, it's been a 1 hour. Have a blessed and lovely night, guys. I will be speaking to you guys very, very soon. For now, I need to go. Have a good one.